Just shrink that down there. Perfect. Right, we are live. It's going to be a short, well, I'm saying short. We're going to be playing a quick halfling match because I've had a busy week and not been able to get this one played. So let's find our halflings because our opponent is waiting on us. Here we go. So it is little halflings against chaos. So we'll just send our tickets so we can get jumped in here. Hello, Neros. How are we doing? Sorry about the mix-up and mess this week. It has been absolute chaos. Glad we can get in and get this one played. Oh, dearie me. So anyone that has paid attention will realise that our camera is obviously over here now and different. And that's because I'm geared up for the painting we're doing later. Oh, wonderful. I'm doing exactly the same. If you're starting to put stuff together, then watch out. Some of the human linemen are a little bit tricky. Right, we want a chef. We've got 220. I don't even know what my team looks like or what the other team looks like. So, we've got a wrestle, we've got a couple of diving tackles, we've got our trees. What's on the chaos side? The chaos have... no, mine at all. Wow, that's a relief. Couple of block, a mighty blow, a move bust, a bit of guard. Alright. And I've got 220 to spend. I'm going to be cheeky here. I'm going to go for the wizard and the babe. Yep, chef, wizard and babe. That's what we're going for. But yeah, the box is definitely well worth getting. Really impressed with it. Games Workshop once again actually done a good job. Battery charge on that side. Which means plug this in because we need this for our backup painting camera. Alright, we're playing at the Chaos Stadium. Don't think that matters. We do have Knuffles Altar, but we didn't buy any stars anyway. So that doesn't affect us here. And I am going to go on the offensive here. Let's try and get a touchdown in before we get crushed. And the chef picks up 2 rerolls. So we've got 4, the chaos have got 1. Chaos have the fame though, and the weather is perfect. Alright. Okay. What do we think? Can I get this camera? As you might have noticed, we're on... I can't show you, but our camera is fastened to the top of a tin of paint, which means I can move it around. How is that? That is right in front of the face. Can we do that? Look at that. I can't now see it for the screen, but you know, I can't now see the screen for the camera, but you guys can have a decent look at me. Like that. Alright. So, let's get some skills on, because I want to see who's who. I can probably just do with... There we go. Extra skills. So, there is a journeyman on the chaos side. There is a block mighty blow warrior. There is a guard beast. There is a sure hands extra arms beast. So, a big ball carrier there, but no block. We have 1 on the bench. We're only playing with a roster of 12. I normally go for a start. Evening or morning Rinjani. I am... Well, we did the unboxing earlier on. We did that last night. I unpacked it and put one of the human sprues together. So next, after we finish this match, I need to get out of the way. We are then doing a painting until either I run out of steam or I get them done. And we'll be going over the giveaway details as and when the folks ask for them, or I remember to give them out. Right, I'm going for... random halfling in there. And random halfling in there. Hey up, Loves Life. How are we doing now then? In terms of who's going to carry the ball, let's put it on a sidestepper. Yeah, let's put it on a sidestep piece. He's got a little bit more freedom. Let's put a diving tackle on both sides. Let's keep the wrestle in the centre. And I might not blitz here. If I blitz it, it'll be in there, and we'll probably use the wrestle. So that is our setup then. Okay, perfect defence. That's good for the chaos. He's going to avoid. He's going to avoid the 3 dice hits. One there. He can't quite avoid all the 3 dice hits, but he can get short of most of the 3 dice hits. Which means Tree might be now be doing the blitz. Go for the movement 3 Tree blitz maybe. And then either dodge there, but it's only Beastman, so I might just put 2 assists in and go for that instead. 1, 2, 3. I'd have to go for a GFI to come back out of that, and I don't want to stand there. The chaos will punch me if I go in there. Much as it is tempting, though, to go and clobber the guard early. But yeah, we've got 3 dice there. A blitz there. 1, 2, hit for 3. I can do that. Bounce is fine. Okay, where can you go? You can only get to there, so let's get some players around. Don't really want to give anything up, so let's put diving tackle in there. Okay, he can, at the moment, get through that gap there. So let's take the block there. And that's going to be a push then. And I am going to follow that. 1, 2, smack in there. Or we could roll a 1. I cannot afford to take root turn 1 with our best tree, so we're going to have to re-roll that. Luckily, we do have block. But he is fine. But that now starts to really close that gap off there. And what do I want to do over here? Probably got 1 dice in there. 1 dice in there would get me out. No reroll for trying any of that, though. No reroll for picking up the ball, so gotta watch that. You were there, that would stop me getting most assists, so I think that's okay. We can do that. If I put you in there, then you can block and follow and get away from here. Yeah, let's do that. Hey, look, Arc, what are we up to? Oh, we've even got a floaty Arc emote float going by. Okay, just a push. Let's follow that. Not a brilliant first turn. Can we get the ball? Yes, we can. Stick the ball in there. All right. So, not bad. Not the worst. But could have also been better there. So we managed to knock 1 guy down. We had to throw a reroll at it. But we did scoop the ball up, and we've only really given away 1 block. That's alright. I can cope with that. Don't want to lose too many halflings early. Oh. Where does he go? Well, obviously he can blitz pretty much any of the halflings. No tackle. And only a couple. Only 2 block, in fact. So not a lot of block. 0 tackle, which is good for us. And the ball carrier doesn't have block either, so wrestle negated, but we can still wrestle the ball carrier on the chaos side. He's over here. And just have to wait and see now where we feel strongest, where we can push, because we've got both trees on this side, so I'm probably not going to go that way. I also, with only 3 rerolls at this point, can't really afford to reroll another take route. I might have to eat the next take route that we get. Just so I've got rerolls for more important turnover type things. I'm assuming that the Mighty Blow will be the Blitz. At least I think that will be the call. I think we'll hit with Block and Mighty Blow. That'll be the guy to clobber the Halfling. So I want to get that guy tied up probably against a tree maybe. See if we can stop him from being too annoying. What else do I see in here? We obviously sat on the Wizard, which could come in handy. The Chaos have only got the single reroll. So lack of block, a 1 in 9 could cause an early turnover here. Now he's giving me 1 dice here, or he's going to blitz. Come that blitz in there, 1, 2, smack, or 1, 2, 3, smack. Well, it's going to go in there, so we will be based up. It won't be free. Either of those will do. So, armor 6 with Mighty Blow. It's not surprising. Arc, sorry dude, but you're out. KO'd. We do have 1 babe. He's not likely to make that dodge, not with Agility 3 and Diving Tackle, so this guy's stuck there. Everywhere else is kind of based up, so he's done a really good job of limiting my options, because I don't have any really good ones here. So I think it will be block there, probably blitz in there and try and get some progress in the centre. Oh, there's the POW. Good dice for the Chaos. Doesn't break though, which is a relief. Yeah, we're probably going to blitz in there. We'll dodge that. Oh no! Oh man! That's rough. Especially if it's straight from GW. I was expecting everyone to have arrived yesterday. I can't remember who brought it. I can't remember if it came in the post or not. But you know what you could do? You could always join the giveaway, and you never know, I might get this team painted and shipped to you before your box arrives. Alright, what's he giving me? If I put a player in there, I've got 3 dice. That leaves me options to get in there. I want to be careful that he's got a 2 dice block there to free up the Mighty Blow, who could then come round the bottom here, so I've got to cover that off. Yeah, that is what we're going to do. You're going in there. Now, I don't like it, but we are going to open up with the 3 dice. Okay, it works. Let's push you out the way. Follow up. Okay, nothing exciting here. Our wrestle is based up, so if we do anything there, not quite sure what. I'm probably going to have to risk this 1 in 9. Just a push, that's okay. Where would I push you to? I'm going to push you in there. And follow. I'm also streaming on Twitch, Tony, so this is a joint Twitch and YouTube stream. That's a lot of dodges to make, so I'm probably have to give up that hit there. Not quite sure where I'm going to put the ball here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not quite sure where the ball's going after this. Because I haven't got any safe squares. Like, you can get in here and have dice on the ball no matter what I do. Which means I need some extra protection. We pop dodge, and we go down. Alright, so yeah, that is not the best start. So he's got 2 dice on the ball. I made a right pig's ear of that. He's got 2 dice with Mighty Blow and Block on a GFI. That'll still be 2 dice, even with the assist there. And probably actually a better bet for the Chaos to block in this way, bounce the ball this way. Got a couple of spare players there for recovering it. Oh yeah, did not get the right moves there. You don't want to do that. And that's obviously the GFI, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the safest route. And I think, yeah. The blocking in here doesn't give him a lot of good options for the pickup. Blocking in there, it does. Sidestep though, I could sidestep, I am going to. That was a good call. Put the ball on a sidestepper, at least I've got that option. I'd forgotten I'd done that. Alright, Sparky is out. Is he dead? No, he's not, just badly hurt. We didn't catch the ball. That's pretty good. It's in 3 tackle zones. He can shift 1. Nice and easy. He's used his blitz, so he's probably not going to shift that one. If he doesn't shift this guy, we can probably get that out of the way. And deal with it, maybe. Yeah, I don't see the dodging in with the extra arms dude. That's going to be hard work. Well, what are we missing? Are we missing 2? We are. We've got 1 KO'd, and I have watched Monty play flings. Not very often. I cannot even work out how he does it so well. Monty has the most incredible halfling record. It's just unbelievable. I don't know how he does it. I need to pay more attention because he's really, really good. Thankfully, we've still got a bad dodge and a rough pickup. And, oh, he's got block there. Oh, both block players getting out of this turn. So that's Lags, he's badly hurt as well. Numbers are... Yeah, I got sort of just way out of position on that turn. Yeah, I just don't know how I did that. I know the perfect defense threw me off. And then I did all the things, but I just could not. I don't know how I put myself in that position. I knew I was in a bad position. I was probably safer running backwards with the ball. We will be using dodge there. Yeah, if I'd run backwards, I would still have the ball. Is he going to go uphill here? 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A GFI, and he gets 1 dice on the tree. Spacing out their effort to base the outer perimeter ball. Yeah. Yeah, like a big screen. Because whilst these guys have got dodge, I don't really want to be risking that 1 in 9, or so we failed the only one we tried. That is just going to be a push. Yeah, probably. Yeah, this is not going to go well. Because no matter what I do here, I don't even have a good throw teammate option here. So I can't just pick the ball up, give it to this guy and throw him, because that's going to be rough if I try that. So yeah, we are on a bad place to start with. But then again, I'm playing halfling, so what do I expect? And if I'm not careful, he's just going to smash both trees. Be a shame to lose this tree. Grab's not so bad, but block move. That is, it'd be a shame to lose that tree. 3, 4, 5. So he's used that one, so he's not going to get dice on the... Or he's not going to get good dice on the tree now. It will be an uphill block if he goes for it. And it'll be uphill with a loner, without block. Not the worst possible situation. Is he going to go for him? He's still going to be a 3+ pickup. No matter what he does, he gets the tree down. But he will be looking for... Not that. I want the tree standing up, so I'm going to take the push. And I'm going to stand firm. And that could have gone better. Okay, didn't try the pickup. Probably the right call. So we've got there. We should still have 2 dice there. We do. So we've got 2 dice to free the ball. After that, not really sure. Block there. The giveaway is the Bogenhafen Barons, the human nobility team. I am painting it up, basing it up, and shipping it out to one lucky YouTube subscriber. So if you want to catch that, there is a new video on the YouTube channel, or I could be really clever here if I pull up. No, I want it to be where I was. I will give you the link to the actual video. How do I get there? Well, I'm going to have to go to full screen. There we go. If I do that, and then find the right bit of chat. Or I could wait for Leb's Lab to do it. You clumped up are, yeah, pretty dead. I am indeed not going to have a good run here. I'm going to have to give you the ball. I might have to rely on there being no tackle here. I think we're going to go for a GFI over there. We're going to go for a dodge there. Probably have to dodge through there. Which means clear that tackle zone, see what happens there. Perfect. And I can actually pull you in there and follow. That ties this guy up. I've got to make a bunch of dodges through tackle zones no matter what I do. A blitz there would not, or block there, wouldn't be horrible. 1, 2, dodge, dodge. I'm over here. How excellent. Let's have you shoved in this way and we're going to follow that. We've broken one. Excellent. That's going to give me a little bit of breathing room. Can't get in there. Don't particularly want to get in there. Now don't need to be in there, so let's... That doesn't help me. None of that really helps, so let's go over there. I am going to end up... I'm just going to giving up the block on the ball carrier here. Nothing else, so we're going to do that next before we do anything else. I think we've got the ball. We make the first dodge. We make the second. Dodge is a thing. Let's go for there. Okay. 1, 2. That would be pretty strong. I haven't blitzed, but I don't have a good blitz. You need a lot of dodges. Everyone needs a lot of dodges. You're actually doing a job there, though. Okay, we've popped dodge. I basically have to keep going here. Oh, not punished. One and two. Okay. If you happen to be stood over there... That's a bad dodge, that's a bad dodge. He's got a bunch of bad dodges. Oh, amazing. I think that'll be one dice if I get there. Oh, look at him go. Oh, amazing. And I'm going to stay. Well, that did a thing. This Chaos team is missing a minor. Right, so thank you very much, Halos. That was turn and a half. We're not perfectly safe, but we made some dodges there. Gosh. 1 in 9 would have crushed us there. But we have managed to get beyond the team. We've got a couple of spare halflings. Both trees are still moving. That was definitely a good turn. What's he going to do? He's probably going to base me up, force me to score. Yeah, do that. That is exactly the move to make. 1, 2, 3, 4 GFI. So nothing. 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus for dice on the ball. This is not the worst option. He has got a reroll. 4 plus 3 plus 2 dice is not bad. No block, so we will be looking for a power there. It probably would take a both down. But a 50%, 60-something percent, I think, for 3 plus. Not 66, isn't it? It's a third. So yeah, that might be the best possible move we can make here. Everyone else kind of stuck. Both trees are based up separately, so I can't get one tree free by blocking the other. And we haven't left anyone behind, so we are just playing with who is left over, because we are missing 3. 2 of them permanently out, so we are down to maximum of 10 here. Only got the single bench. Yeah, it's not going to matter which way you dodge, it's still 4 plus 3 plus. Oh, it makes the 4, not the 3. Reroll. There is just the 1. He's going to go for the reroll. Right call. Oh, and the reroll doesn't work. That is huge. Absolutely huge. Can I do something clever with that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is Laser Owl for the level. And it's also given me a freebie. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. It's given me and it's the movement 3 tree. He still needs a GFI to get in here and do anything good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I think I can stall this out? Not really, but I need a double GFI to score. That block there doesn't change anything. Oh, it does actually, because I can go 1, 2, smack. So getting a block in there is actually kind of good. So that is what we're going to do. Just a push, but I can grab you and stay. 1, 2. Ah, right, okay. Don't like it. That is the second time that tree has rooted. I said I wasn't going to, but I need him to move. I needed something a bit more than that, though. Okay, big turn now because I've burnt the reroll. I haven't got a guard assist in there. So I've got to make either 3 pluses with a reroll. I think I have to make the double GFI here. And I've burnt the reroll. Too late, I've moved the fling. We're going for it. Oh, and we're in. Right. Not punished. Not punished. That's what we're going to say there. Because that could easily have gone the other way. Wow. Okay, we've gone ahead and given the Chaos lots of turns to score. We're fielding 10. The Chaos still fielding the full 11. Didn't manage to get any mileage out of it there. And we've got a 5-point fling. We've got war height there, our 0-point halfling. Let's have dive and tackle on both sides of the pitch. We've still got our wrestle ball sacker. And let's bring a sidestepper in there. How many turns? 4 turns, 5 turns for the Chaos. So let's move out. Don't really want to let him have free run at the sidelines. Protect the wrestle. You're not going to get protected. You're going to get clobbered no matter what happens. That'll do. Hopefully we're not going to get... Well, basically we need to hold off. We need to go 1-0 at half-time. If we have any players left, our turn 16 will be the 1-turn attempt. So unless we force the Chaos to score on turn 7, then we can have a 1-turn on 8. We'll just wait and see here. If I can't come up with a better idea, better way to play this. What? Okay, all on the line. He's got his ball carrier back here. With sure hands, so the lack of reroll is not going to affect the pickup. The Chaos do have the Fame. And Quick Snap. That's going to help him out. He's going to get his ball carrier. Or does extra arms help with the catch? I can't remember if it does. Yep, so he's got a 3+ catch here. Can you get a strength 6 piece? Just a thought. Well, I start with 2 strength 6 pieces. Trees start at strength 6. Goblin, Ball and Chain and Deep Root are strength 7. There are a bunch of strength 5 big guys. The Minotaur is strength 5 with Horn, so he's strength 6 on a Blitz. So there is quite a number of strength 6 pieces, and then anyone that is strength 4 could get a double strength up for a strength 4 piece to get to strength 6. So yeah, Trees, second strongest players in the game. Oh, and Extra Arms doesn't make the catch. Oh yeah, Death Roll. Sorry, yeah, Death Roll will be strength 7. Yeah, you need that extra strength to counterbalance everything else. So a Tree Man gets a 3 dice block on a normal strength 3 player with 1 assist. So if you watched our original setup, the plan was to block both outer Beastmen. We will dodge, thank you very much. It was to block both outer Beastmen with 3 dice. Perfect Defense screwed that up. That 3 dice there is amazing. We are going to get both trees punched here. Couldn't avoid that. 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's got there, but not blocking with block. I could do it with the Mighty Blow. So you get 2 dice with the Mighty Blow block piece. And 4, 5, 6, 7. So you will get 3 dice and 3 dice. Or it could give me a push. I am going to not stand firm. What piece is the strongest? So strength 7 is the strongest piece you've normally got. I think the only piece that can get to strength 8 will be the Goblin Fanatic, the Ball and Chain, and the Death Roller, because they can both skill up. Deep Root, the star player that's strength 7, can't then get any further. So you can get to strength 9 if you rolled double 6 on a couple of pieces. But if you roll doubles on the Ball and Chain and the Death Roller, you'd be better off taking the double skill. So yeah, Deep Root can't. That's a Dom Leb, so Deep Root can't take a level up because he's a star player. So what you get with him is what you get. I'll be using dodge. What did he roll? Defender and a push. In total, so far, good turn for us. He's covered the ball off. Good play. Not managed to knock anyone down, but he's going to get 2 dice on the tree if he wants it. And extra arms not needed. Pick up dead easy. Yeah, picking up like an elf there. Where is our wrestle? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could get... Yeah, right, forgot about that. Secret weapon dudes, yeah. I could throw a fling. I could try and dodge. Yeah, I could try and... Oh! No reroll. 1 in 9 to finish the turn. So, bad turn from the chaos. If I want to throw enough dodges at it, I could get 2 dice on the ball carrier. Pretty sure I should be doing that. And that's going to involve the wrestle going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can't step in there. Could step in there though. Might have to be 1 dice. But I do need that square, so let's put a tree man in there. You're not going anywhere. You might be able to get 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can get a block in there. I could now throw a fling, actually. It wouldn't be a turnover. Let's just see what happens. We make it. Dom Leb makes the pass, doesn't stick the landing. He's broken and injured. All right, so Dom Leb, you killed Laser Owl, who just leveled up. Badly hurt. Oh well. That was a bit of a gamble. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's have a halfling over here, since that didn't work. Let's have a halfling over here, and if this does work, do I really want to stick a halfling in there? I think not. I think actually a halfling in there, stop these guys coming down, is the play there. Let's go for a dodge. We make 1. We make 2. Okay, wrestle blitz. Oh no, there's a guy stood there. I'm not going through that square. So, blitz. It doesn't really matter, does it? This is the blitz. If I fall over... Ah, we do fall over. Well, not too surprising. We didn't die, which is a relief. Out of interest, why throw behind him rather than at him? Because I didn't have as many assist squares over here. And if I got stunned on the pitch, I would be blocking a square that I then needed to run through. If I'm back here, I'm on the right side of the ball if we knock it over. And it's an easier landing, and I'm not in my own way. Well, that'll do it. That will do it indeed. What you don't want to be doing is aiming for the actual ball carrier, because there is less chance of actually hitting the ball carrier if you aim for him. I forget what the odds are, but it's not brilliant odds to hit him full stop, but if you start there, it's worse than if you start on an adjacent square. No, if you hit the player, there's a reasonable chance you'll knock him down. I think if you hit him, you do knock him down. You then might injure him, but he'll drop the ball regardless. So at that point, I wouldn't needed the blitz. I could have used the blitz somewhere else. Push. If you space a square away, a miss. Yeah. True, yes. But you see, once you've got the scatter, who knows where you're going to be. But yes, you're further away to start with. You would stand a better chance of the scatter not landing you back in a tackle zone. Interesting thing with the new rules, that throw teammate has become easier. Who's blocking here? I'm not quite sure. One of you guys. Stand firm or not? He's probably going to push me over there. I'm going to not stand firm. No, sorry. I meant I am going to stand firm and I clicked the wrong one. He's going to put me in there. Yeah, that was the wrong one. We're fine. Might not be standing up. Well, sorry, we can stand up because movement 3, but we might be rooted. Is he going to move the ball? If he doesn't move the ball this turn, it might be wizard time. See what he does. He hasn't done anything about the wrestle, so we have got the wrestle as another option. Bring that wrestle in. Make something there. That could be pretty good. Chance to hit 4 players. Chance to drop a fireball in there. If I go into the half-time 1-0, I'm more confident of getting a draw. I think I'm doing that. I think I'm going to put a fireball in there. And as if Neros was listening, maybe I'm not. Because now don't have such a good option. Oh, look at that. Uphill. Goes for the uphill block and gets it. Is he going to stand in there? And 2. I could hit those 4. That's going to give me good route through there. We're going to throw a wizard at this. We get 1, we get 2, we get the ball carrier. Excellent. Tree doesn't root, but doesn't stand up. This tree will stand up even if he doesn't root. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite sure then where we're going. Afternoon Hawk. One, 2, 3, 4. Don't really want to stand there. Who's got sidestep? Where have my sidestep players gone? Or where have my skills gone? That's better. Names, skills. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I hit this guy? I have to hit him from that square there because I want to push him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to get away, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. GFI, GFI. Can't get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. GFI, GFI. Don't want to make the pass, but I would have risked the handoff there. Can't risk the 1 dice because the push there puts it on the ball. Oh, we have picked up a new subscriber, Mayhems. Thank you so much for the sub. That is amazing. That puts our Movember goal even closer for our luxurious moustache that we've got going on here. Because all the money the channel makes this month is going towards the Movember Foundation. The only other way I can see it is one, dodge, dodge. The double dodge pickup to give the ball to this guy who then legs it over there. I'm going to put a guy in that square there. So this guy can't easily dodge out. Probably going to have to just stand you up. Can't risk that dodge, though it would have been nice to make. I could have actually dodged blitz there. We don't have to commit to this if we fail the dodges. We don't fail the dodges, we do fail the pickup though. Can we... Oh, it's a snake! It's a snake. Alright. Good, bad, not sure, but... Oh, unlucky there with the dice. Not the end of the world though. There we go. We dropped the ball because it doesn't look anything like a pie. Because we know what halflings like with their grubby little mitts. Yeah, that is the right call. Mighty Blow Blitz. It's got his sure hands there. Sadly, the fireball did not do any damage whilst we managed to get a couple of guys on the floor. No damage. So we've burnt the wizard. But with 3 turns, we might just be able to... Or with 3 turns and no reroll, we might just be able to stop the chaos from scoring. Still got a couple of players here. Double skulls here would be amazing. Oh, nearly. If he hadn't thrown it with the block player and got 3 dice, obviously. That actually would have been. Okay, Rat Boy is out. Down to... Is that our only KO? Yep, we have taken a 3rd casualty, so playing with about 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Playing with 8. 8, we might get one of them back. Second half is going to be hard work. He's got 3 dice here. There's the pout. We could lose our wrestle as well. We do... Yeah, Nero's... Oh, he's actually on this team. So we're playing our opponent. He's out. Alright. His ball, so 1, 2, 3. He's got the ball. He's taken care of our wrestle. So we've not got any more... we've got a nice easy wrestle ball sack. Didn't need the sure hands there. Extra arms saved him. I say he would need a snake to drop the ball there. 1, 2, GFI. We get uphill dice on the ball. Yes. And we lose another. Yep, so we lost 3 that turn. Someone has been hanging out with the wrong crowd. Leb's life. Childish. That sums up the level of Blood Bowl humour, full stop. No, definitely childish. Did that matter? Don't think that really mattered. It doesn't really change anything unless I get the ball this turn to this guy. How do I make something here? So no wizard. You're not going anywhere or blitzing. You're also not standing up. with 3 dice there if I want them. 1 dice on a GFI, 2 dodges and a GFI. You are not going to be able to... If I knock the ball down here and a bounce and a good scatter and a pick it up and leg it, we might still have a chance. But it is a risky chance. We will probably throw our last re-roll at this, because the Chaos are going to score on turn 8. They're not going to score on turn 7. And yes, I have left myself open to being surfed here. Oh well, double push. Made it easier. If I do that, he can't surf both of us. Let's do that. Because we'll take a 3 dice block here. Hope we can chip a basement so we haven't got to deal with next turn. Nope. And we've got a dodge over here. Try and save a guy from being smacked. And watch one of these get surfed. There we go. Go. Are we? Okay. Fair enough. I hadn't realised that mayhem. Oh, sorry. Right. It's not. You and Cyrus. You and Sirius are doing a rules discussion. I will try. I might have family duties to perform. I have given away 2 full days to Blood Bowl. But if I can, I will. I'll certainly hang out in the chat and see what I can come up with. Right, so we have lost this drive. So we are going to go 1-1 at half time. And we are going to be significantly down on numbers, even if these 3 come back. So the second half is going to be hard work. No... GF5 uphill on the ball carrier, assuming this guy's still there. Don't expect him to be there. So he should blitz this guy off the pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So even on a double GFI, all I can do is mark him there. Yep. Can't get close enough to hit there. Thrown halfling might be better. Okay, that kind of solves that issue. We're still going to be uphill, just not 3 dice uphill. That doesn't change this. And neither does that. Standing there does, because that means more dodges. But if you're going out here, 3 dice, definitely getting a push of some description. There we go. We will use dodge, go on. In the crowd, Tommy is KO'd. Okay, this is going to be a relatively short second half, guys. Because unless... Ooh, I think I need to preserve the team enough to attempt a 1-turner. And hope the Chaos try and score in 8, not score in 3, and give me the ball. Because that would be one way to go over it. Chaos score here. Chaos score quickly in their own drive. Give me the ball. They beat me, turn me over, and score again for 3-1. This is unimportant. You're likely to get surfed. You could do no more than reach the ball. You could do more than reach the ball, which means I'm going to take a block in here. Just a push. Trees not been pulling their weight. I don't think Neros will risk anything here. I think he will simply run the ball in, because everything else is a little bit risky. That'll do. If we make it. We do make it. No, we don't. All right, there we go. Right. So, can we stop the score? Probably not. I don't think I can stop the chaos here to hold it to 1-1. Blitz might change it. And we get 2 back. That's not bad. But it does mean we are down 4. Playing 7. The chef does nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're playing with 7. And our chef is 100% useless. Let's do that. Okay. So the wizard gave us a chance. The chef hasn't quite paid for itself. And the babe... I don't know if the babe worked first half, but babe didn't work that half. So our inducements, not really pulling the weight today. So we are down rerolls because the chefs of the chaos have 3. They did use theirs. Oh, Hawk! Thank you so much for the bits. Yeah, it's absolute amazing. You're a star. That pushes us. So the goal tracker down here at the bottom. Nope, that side. Think of where. This way. God, this is so awkward. But the blue and green bar, stripy bar at the bottom, is our Movember tracker. It's not counting subs or donations, but it is tracking bits. So we have received 1,700. Oh, we did get a blitz. But he's marked up the trees. Oh, man. That is one of the few times where you might have been able to score on a blitz. But I don't need to do anything there. Oh, not a touchback. Excellent. I do need a bit of luck, certainly. All the luck I can get. But yeah, you pushed us another chunk closer to our Movember goal. So thank you very much. Oh! Domleb, you're a star. You're all stars. You've been fairly regular with your cheering. Another 133 bits. Where does that put you on the top cheerers list? Tiki is still our top cheerer. Block there will do it. Well, thank you very much. I will take the first and last of your bits. More than happy to do that. I'm going to stand firm and take the block. He will be able to throw the block again. But without block if he does. Well, we are, yeah, really doing well. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. We're going to get the ball back here. I could potentially have one of the trees off the line. I will stand firm. 3, 4, 5, 6. He gets 1 dice. He could step in there for 2 dice. If he's punching the trees, at least he's not punching the halflings. But I think I just hang back here. Let the chaos take their time. Protect the 4, 5 remaining halflings we've still got. Yeah, protect the halflings we've still got, because I'm going to need them if I do try and swing a 1-turner. Ah, yep, use the horns to blitz. I'm not going to stand firm. 4, 5, 6. If he steps in there with his journeyman, he's actually got 2 dice there as well. Okay, we're going to blitz there. Four, 5, yep. Step in there for 2 dice on the tree. That's a good start. And just a push. We're going to stand firm. Might have actually paid me to not stand firm there. Oh, brilliant. I saw he'd done it, but I didn't have a chance to swing by and say hello. So which charity was he doing it for? Oh, okay, we've taken roots. And did we stand up? Oh, we did stand up though. Excellent. It doesn't particularly help. And you take root for the 3rd time, but now I can't afford to re-roll that. Oh, excellent. Macmillan, excellent. Oh, an MNG. Oh, it's just for the journeyman. No one really cares about the journeyman. I know he almost always refuses to play ogres. Did anyone actually get him into the ogres? So that will be the blitz. Let's try and make that dodge. Perfect. Even more perfect. He's going down. We're staying. But I can step in there, and that gives me 2 dice into 2 dice over here. Or I can roll skulls. If I'd roll skulls on a tree, I'd eat it. I need the reroll. Okay, Ark just gets himself stunned. Yeah, so a few games using... So goblins, halflings, I think it was meant to be some snotling games. Oh, snotlings can be annoyingly fun. So that's ogres without the ogres. You can take a big team, you can take like a big roster. Quite a few rerolls. And 2+ dodge everywhere with dodge. Yeah, doesn't matter what you have to say about Andy Daver, he is the master of the surf. If there is a surf to make, the more complicated the better. I've seen him go out of his way to sort of compromise a game to pull off an elaborately complicated surf. He is an absolute master at doing it. So yeah, I could see him having a lot of fun with the Norse and some frenzy. If Khorne were still in Blood Bowl, because they were in Blood Bowl 1, not now in Blood Bowl 2, he would be... Yeah, I could see him using those guys as well. Yeah, you can do it. I've never played the teams that have enough frenzy to do it, but Norse are the best at it. They've got strength 4 frenzy, they've got strength 3 frenzy, they've got strength 5 frenzy if you take the Yeti. So double push with good strength. You need a bit of guard, and off you go. So the ball is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not safe, but I can't really go chasing it. Wow! That is unlucky. Try and complete a task. Oh, was he doing the built-in challenges? Well, yeah, I mean, you've got to roll a double 1 to fail a dodge with a snotling, unless you tackle, diving tackle, or tail. So you got there 3, 4. Right, fails another dodge to escape the rooted tree. Reroll is... Ooh. Ah, people sort of set challenges. Where did he go? He is fine. Oh, yes. 2, 1, 2, 1. Bad dice. So you're not going anywhere, so that's just a block I can take. What happened to our wrestle? Is our wrestle out? Oh no, our wrestle's over here. If I'm going to punch anyone, I might as well punch the guard. But if the guard then gets stuck in here because I've grabbed and I want to put him in there on the push, I'd rather have that guy shoved around. No block. It will unroot me, but he's not going to stand up if I do that. So both, I forgot both trees are actually rooted now. So let's put our blitz in here. Oh well, we've got to wrestle. Don't want to get this guy stuck in one of my tackle zones. One dice, and I feed him to the tree. Sorry, no, it's not. It's 1 dice uphill. But I still managed to feed him to the tree. Oh, that's actually not a horrible turn. There we go. Perfect. So we tied 2 more warriors up. Taking care of this guy. I've got 3 halflings that might not get punched this turn. And it's turn 11, so he's used up 2 turns. Okay, that's not amazing. I haven't swallowed up a lot of the time. More than I should have done, though. But where can he get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can get level with the rooted tree man. Sorry, no, you can get just past the tree man. Oh yeah, just past the tree man. Our wrestle is on the floor, so he's not going to make it in range for blitzing. Where are you going to get to? Here in there. So again, we could nip in there. That would be pretty solid. Just click on there. Like that. There we go. Right. So we're going to dodge the tree man again. Fair cop. He doesn't really want to spend all his time there. He goes down. How about one of those rerolls? Okay. Makes it this time though. Only for the push. Only for the push. You can step in there, and you can step in there. It gets the other dust. So this tree is now out of the game unless I want to throw a halfling. I can't afford to lose any more halflings. So throwing a halfling is off the tables unless it stands a reasonable chance of getting in there. Will I have shot a shot in on the ball? No. Maybe. Maybe. I could grab you out of the way, but then I could actually just run in. If I manage to knock the ball off the pitch, the throw-in could go anywhere, so I'm going to leave those guys on the floor. Well, I can't. No, I need the reroll for something else. So let's do that. One dodge, two dodges, and an uphill block. Oh well, I'll re-roll that. Oh well. There we go. Brandy, you hurt yourself with a badly hurt. Okay, so I'm not sure how many uphill blocks the Chaos rolled that weren't double skulls, but than me. No, I was cheeky. I did a one dice here and it pulled off. I did an uphill block there that pulled off. So we've got two halflings who are going to get themselves smacked over here. Tree Man's probably going to get dodged away from, and the Chaos will probably stall this out. And surprisingly enough, halflings, they're not going to win. Yeah, I've got to be honest, they don't win that many games anyway. Or at least not when I'm playing. Yeah, when Monty does it, then that's a different kettle of fish. He's going to get 3 dice in here. So he's got Mighty Blow for 5. And he's got, if that works, he's got 3 dice there as well. Well, that kind of works. For a stun, Tiki, you survived. War Heights, on the other hand, looks like he survived as well. Okay. Unless he starts fouling us, I might just leave those halflings where they are. And see what the Chaos do. See if they try and score and then turn me over, or whether they stall and let me have the one turn. He's moved the ball all the way down. No, he's going to go for the foul. That's mean. Mean, I say. Especially mean if you're going to risk the dodge to get a 3+ foul. Do we get our first removal? No, we don't. He manages to roll. Breaks the armor but rolls a second stun. Fair enough. The dodge there, so both trees completely out of it now. All I have left are 3 halflings and a stunned fling. If I stand them up, they're going to get blitzed, so I'm not going to do anything with them. Don't particularly want to get pitch cleared, but we are going to see more gang fouls in here. Fair cop to the Chaos. They haven't got anything to lose at this point. The game is, bar a crazy one turn at the game here is won. And it is going to be a stall. Well, here comes the foul. Breaks. It's an injury. Tiki gets himself badly hurt on a 9. No doubles. So, 2 halflings. At best, 4 halflings. I'm going to struggle to pull off a one-turner. Sorry, 3. At best with 5 halflings. At most, 5 flings. Yeah, these guys are going to get fouled off the pitch. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. Short of Neros managing to fail a turn 16 foul. Best I can achieve here will be the dodges. I don't really want you. No, I'm going to have to leave him. If I risk the dodges, he could die. If I stand him up, he's going to get Mighty Blow Punch and he could die. If he gets fouled, he might not die. Gets a stun. If he keeps rolling armor breaks and stuns without removal, I'm okay with that. Or, of course, Neros could do the trick I have done before and forget that it's your turn 16 and not score. Is not my proudest of moments. Let's see, 1, so it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we can't fail to break it. Even a double 1 will break our armour. Oh, but doesn't. So Neros should probably score here. So 2, 1. He does. There we go. Okay, so 3 halflings, 1 reroll. Can we get a touchdown? Also, we did manage to injure a chaos player, so there is only 10 chaos players. And we don't get any of our KOs back, so... Oh yes, double 1 to the KO. Not my style. There we go. Right. So, yeah, we have 3 halflings, 2 trees. So, my only options will be 1 fling between the 2 trees. No, because I've got to put the fling on the line. I have to have a halfling on the line to make up the LOS. So, a deep kick, and this is over. A shallow kick or a touchback, and we've got an option. Let's see what he does with the LOS. Who scores? Warhite survived, and Arkanlax, so we're going to be trying to score with Ark, simply because he will get a level from it. I don't think there was any real lasting damage to the halflings. I think the halflings have mostly survived. Who is in line for a level? You're only 1 point away. Don Levitt is only 1 away from a level. That's it, Ark. It's all on you. Can you catch a ball, stick a landing, make some dodges and some GFIs, and get all the way to the end? So we're going to do that. We're going to block grab, but I only need to push there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm actually going to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's what we're going to do, because I might easily have to go back and across. Alright, can we score? With 5 players. 5-player one-turner. Well, normally you're thinking that's a Skaven natural one-turner. Gain a turn does not. Crush me. 4, 5, 6, 7. But it's also not the best possible result. I'm going to blitz there, because I want this tree to be over here. One, 2, 3. Actually, going to be better off. Oh, excellent. Okay, 1 down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Double GFI, the goats can reach me. Okay, no level up for you. You have to stand in there. Okay, you can get to there. Can we now do this? Good. Excellent. Can't go there because they can just get me, so... 1 GFI, 2 GFIs, alright. We can't make it any safer than that. We are geared up for our 1-turner next turn. So we've actually got a 2-turner. Okay, we are still in with the shot as he gets 2 dice on the blitz because of the horns. He's still got a reroll, but a lucky bounce. I've still got halflings in range. So if he knocks me down, that's bad, but I'll have you. I can't risk a tree blitz if I need to blitz anyone. Makes it. Oh, he's going to have to reroll. Oh, it doesn't have to reroll that. Warhite is KO'd. And the Beastman is stunned. That is a turnover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we are in. Okay, so it's on. Anything else? There is nothing else to be doing here. We just have to go for it. We need a pickup. Okay, we got a reroll. Oh, no. We dropped the ball. 2-2. Oh, no. We catch it on the bounce, but that's not enough. Oh, well. Halflings doing halfling things. Getting pummeled. Losing 2-1, but not staying in it. Close. More gold than I know what to do with. MVP goes to the Super Fling and... Sorry, the Super One. It also goes to our movement tree, so no level up there. What did we roll? We rolled pretty even dice by the looks of it. And quite a lot of skulls. But not out of the way. So there we go, not bad dice. We picked up the MVP and a casualty of Lebeta and 3 for the Laser Owl touchdown. Oh, it's exactly how I saw that going. Yeah, Chaos are... well, not every team is tough for halflings to deal with, but I couldn't get going there. I messed up in the first half. Got really pinned down somehow. I'm not quite sure I managed that, but I did. So I had one lucky turn to escape, to nip out and get away, and then I had to score. I was under too much pressure not to score. If I'd made the pickup, so we're that 1-1 pickup after the wizard, if I'd made that, I probably could have stopped you scoring in the first half, so maybe hold out for the draw. But once you were up and I was so far down, I couldn't do much more. Yeah, thank you very much. I don't think I'm that good a coach, but thank you very much. Right, that is us for Blood Bowl 2, guys. So I am going to put on a video. This time we're going to remember to click play whilst I rejig the cameras, fill up my water, and then we're going to dive into painting these new Bogenhafen Barons for the giveaway. So if you guys give me 2 minutes, I will be back. But yes, I'll do that now. So first thing first is kill the music. So that should have lost. You should have lost the music. Right. So this is a guide on how to move inside of New 2020. If it runs long enough, you'll cover the new jump skill. But I can't skip forward for you, so it's towards the end. Back as soon as I can, and we'll get some painting done. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Have fun, and I'll be back in a minute. What's going on, YouTube? You've picked up the shiny new Blood Bowl Season 2 from Games Workshop, and you've had a read through the rulebook, but you've got a few questions, and that's why you're here. Blood Bowl is quite a challenging but equally rewarding board game that takes a little bit of time to get your head around the complex rules. But once you do, this is a game with endless replayability. every single match playing out slightly different to the one before, even in the same team matchups. In this ongoing series, we're going to cover all of the core mechanics of the game, and in today's episode we're going to focus on how you move your players around the board. And to fully demonstrate this, we're going to move to our board over there and have a proper look. Now, as you can see, we have our pitch set up and it's divided into squares. The pitch is 15 squares wide and 26 squares long, giving a grand total of 390 squares in total. I'll be covering how the pitch is laid out in a separate setup video, but for today it's enough to know that each square is counted as one movement point. Every player in the game, from the lowest snotling to the fastest elf, all have a movement statistic, represented by the MV on their player card, and this is the total number of squares a player can move each turn. So our movement 6 human lineman can move 6 squares, but our human catcher can move a total of 8 squares. So that is the basic side of movement, but there's so much more to it than just pushing your players forwards up the pitch up to their maximum movement. You can move your player from any square into any of the 8 squares surrounding it, as long as this square doesn't have another player in it, or that square is off the playable pitch. So with our human lineman, he could go 2 squares forward, then diagonally, and finally sideways up to his total of 6. It doesn't matter which direction you go, just how many squares you use, and you don't have to use all of your movement allowance if you don't want to. The wonderful thing about Blood Bowl is that at its core it is a game about risk management, and the movement aspect is no different. If you've moved your player their full allotted allowance, so in this case our human lineman has moved his 6 squares, but you've decided you want him to go just a little bit further, then if you're prepared to risk the dice, you can. Now, this used to be called a GFI, or a going for it move, but in the 2020 rules this has been changed to a rush. So if you end up playing against an older player who hasn't played in a previous edition, they may easily continue to call this move a GFI rather than a rush, but it is the same thing. And what it allows you to do is to take any player and allow them to move 2 additional squares above their normal movement allowance. In order to make a rush, you choose the square you would like your player to rush into, move that player, and then roll a d6. On the roll of a 2+, they make the rush and you can carry on. On a roll of a 1, however, they fall over. If you manage to make the first one, then you can do a second. And it's very good practice to do these one at a time. So you make the first one, and then you decide if you want to make the second, rather than just deciding you're going to do both at the same time. So that covers how far and in which directions you can move your players. But what happens when we introduce players from the opposing team? If we look back at our previous diagram, showing the 8 possible movement squares any player can use, this also represents the tackle zones that any standing player has. Depending on the situation, they can interact with any one of those 8 squares with a variety of effects. And from a movement point of view, if you're moving through or out of one of these tackle zones, you're required to make a dodge roll. In the same way that every player has a movement statistic, every player has an agility statistic, shortened to AG, on the player card. Unlike movement, which was an allotment, an allowance of how much movement you can use, the agility is a target roll required to pass an agility test. And a dodge roll is one of the most common agility tests any player can make. So here in this example, we have our human lineman back, and he's trying to get away from an ogre. And if we choose to dodge him into this square here, this is a dodge away from a tackle zone into an empty square, and that will be done on a 3+, the human line. Right, where are we? That looks pretty good, and a microphone that does. That should be working there. Perfect. Let's give you guys some tunes. And let's just clear the chat, because I think that chat should clear. No, chat. That one? No, it doesn't. Can I refresh? There we go. That should. There we go. Right, we've cleared the chat, so there's no backlog of stuff on top of the screen. We've got... can I drag? No, let's just drag. I can put you over there. Let me drag my chat across so that I can see the chat. Because we should be done. We should be back. You guys should be able to see. Apart from that, you can see a crock to go, which you don't need. You should be able to see our models from last night. I think we don't drop them all. That looks like it's working. That's working. You've got palette cam. Woohoo! Palette cam. And you've got models. Right, so can I do that? Try and get the chat a bit easier to read, so I can see what you guys have got to say. Can I scale up the chat? Yes, I can. Oh, perfect. Right, we are up. We've got bigger chat, so it's easier for me and my old eyes to see. We've got our windows. I can see what's going on. We've got perfect. Right, we are set. So, don't need that bit of glue. Last night we built. No, let's kick off with the important thing. So you guys that haven't done already or aren't aware of it, we are running a giveaway. I am running a giveaway. You can't see my face at all for the microphone, can you? There's the... Are we sorted? Are we working? Looks like we are. Right. You can see me again. Right, okay, super. Right, we are running a giveaway for the... Can I? No. Go to my channel. Because I want the video. I want this video. I'm just going to pause it so I can leave it in chat. And copy that. Hopefully that gets me in the right spot. So just check. It does. Okay, we've up to 14 folks that have hit the... Right, so yes, we are doing a giveaway for this entire Bogenhafen Barons team. So I've only got 6, which is one of the human sprues. I will be doing the other 6. It'll also include the Ogre and Griff and the tokens and the coins and all the bits and pieces. I'm doing it as a YouTube giveaway, so all you need to do to qualify is subscribe on the YouTube side, and then if I put this in chat, that is the video which you need to comment on. So subscribe to the channel, comment on the bottom of that video in particular, which is just an announcement of the fact we're doing a giveaway. And then once we hit 250 subscribers, which we are currently sat on, 137, so we haven't got that far to go, and that's jumped by 10 this afternoon. So clearly this idea works, because I do want to increase the number of subscribers. So subscribe there, we get to 250 subscribers, we do the giveaway, or Christmas if that comes first. If we surpass the 250, so we do this giveaway this side of Christmas, then I will do the same thing at 500 subscribers with the Orc team. And then if we hit 1,000, I'll come up with something really good for 1,000 followers. So that's the plan. So last night we built these guys, and this morning off stream I primed them, and it is grey primer. So if you look from, where can we just about see? The underside, you can see it's a darker grey colour. And on from the top, she's going to be a little bit washed out because of the colour of the light. In fact, I might drop that light entirely. We don't need that one so much. It's white. Can I get to focus? Hang on, let's just have a shuffle around with the camera so I can set the focus manually. How's that? Right. Will it let me focus? Just about. So yeah, it's a white highlight from the above. It's a dark grey shade from underneath. You can just about see. So yeah, that is done by grey priming all over and then white primer from the top, and this simulates the light effect, so it's called a zenithal prime, and that gives you an under highlight or an undershade, whichever way you look at it, before you apply any colour, so it helps you to spot where your highlights and your shadows are. But we're going to go one step further, because you do this and you lose a lot of the little details. It's not you lose them, we haven't lost them, but what we have done is everything is either grey or white, and it's harder to spot the details. So let's just shuffle the palette out of the way, because I don't need the palette for this bit, because we're going to mix a wash. So here we have a little mixing tray, which does not show up very well on that one either. Okay, it's a little egg-shaped when it comes as part of the everlasting wet palette, and it just gives me some little wells to mix things that I don't want on my wet palette. So in this case, it's a wash. It's Vallejo Dark Grey for Vehicle Wash. It's really good for panel lining. I am going for the box art colours, Dom Leb, so it's going to be the white and purple and gold. So I want a couple of drops of this because it doesn't go that far, but we want to thin it right down. So in one of my bottles, we've got just straightforward water. These dropper bottles are amazing for paints. They're for pence, and you can either buy normal paints, Vallejo stuff, and some of the other Scale 75, they all do these dropper bottles as well. Or you can take your GW stuff, and this is contrast white, which I've never had a lot of success with, and decant them into these so they're easier to drop, so you're not tipping them over and spilling them. But we're going to thin this black down so we get a very, very thin wash. Ooh, loads of water, because we want it to be basically transparent. And then we'll take one of our oldest brushes. So this is a number 2. Right, back in 1 second, I've left my paper. Alright, so maybe we've destroyed palette cam. Did it survive? Oh, it did survive. No, it didn't. Let's see if I can rescue that then. Yes, we can. I can also lose my headphones. As you can tell, painting on stream is an absolute nightmare. Something I'm not really geared up for. Right. So, straightforward kitchen roll. Nothing flash or special about it. But it gives me somewhere to wipe my brush, because I don't want most of this paint. So we're going to mix this up. With that real good mix. So I've got mucky water for brush cleaning, and I've got clean water for mixing paint if I need to mix the water. And let's see, we don't want a lot of this, so I don't know if you can actually see. Let's do it that way around so you can see what's coming off. Okay, so you can see how much of the cover that's coming off, and let's find a clean nail under here, and you should hopefully be able to see how translucent this is. And as you can see there's barely any colour coming off of that, and that's exactly what we want, because all we want to do with this is pick out all of the details so we've got our edges back. So let's shove our palette over there. Camera model, our model is about there. Okay, so we can put this all over, but we don't want it to pool anywhere. We just want it to settle in the various grooves and cracks, just to give us some definition on where those details are. Things like the belt buckle, it just makes spotting and finding the edges of that much easier than they are otherwise. Also provides a subtle shadow in the real dark recesses as well, but it doesn't settle at all on the top, so it doesn't shade it doesn't affect our zenithal undercoat, and it's also real quick. We can just slap this on and clean off any bits that pull. You could use a null oil for this if you're using just GW stuff. It's the same idea, but you just make sure it's really thin. It's much thinner than a contrast paint, so don't try it with the basic black contrast. That would be too thick. Keep moving it out of shot, don't I? So you guys can't see what's going on. Go. Nearly done with this first guy. You can see it's obviously a real quick process. You're not putting anything onto it really. You're just looking to float this into all of the grooves, cracks, edges of panels, just to give you that definition. If you think you've got any bits pooling on top of the flat bits you don't want, just take your drill brush and don't eat your paint like I do. It's probably not good for you, even though it is non-toxic. And then just fish out any bits where you think it's pooling too much with those. Because again, you don't want this to act like a wash, like an all-over wash. This is more just to pick out your details. So, how well does that show? How do you... a long way. I used to be very neat when I first started painting. I didn't mess about, but I didn't understand how to thin paints or highlight or shade. I didn't even really use washes. I mean, the first thing I tried to edge highlight was a tank. And you could barely tell I'd even touched it before the time I'd finished. So yeah, it's come a long way, and I do a lot more technical stuff. Now then, who can we show? Right. So I don't know if you will be able to tell the difference. Oh, you should be able to. I can see it on the camera there. You can see how the black wash there has really picked out the detail. Okay, so this guy here really starts to show out on the camera, where the other guy is kind of blown out and white. But we've still got the darker shade underneath and the lighter highlight on top. For the love of God, what are we after now, Mayhems? Oh, it's tasty. You can't beat eating paint. So yes, so that's what we're doing. So this is going to be a real quick slap some of this wash on, pick out the details, and then we can start with the next step, which is actually going to be a dry brush, because I want to reinforce those white highlights. So yeah, first thing we'll do after this is we'll go back and we'll do a top-down dry brush to push those highlights back into the model without affecting this shade. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly why I do it. It's a point. Yeah, I've known painters that drink their wash water. So this mucky pot, you can't see the pot, but there's a pot here I wash my brush in. I've known painters that will finish a project and then drink the water as a sort of celebration. And that's going a bit far. This is also a really good step for picking out any of the little mould lines and things we missed when we cleaned and filled last night. So if we missed anything, this will highlight them, show them up, and we have a chance to deal with them, or decide if we're going to deal with them now before we start putting any colour on. It's all right, Mams. We're all. Yeah, I am odd. I won't argue that point. But I'm no more odd than most. More odd than some. Most is perhaps too big a pool. There are more odd people than me. People more odd than me? Yeah, who would spend their afternoons trying to think of things to say whilst painting models that he's then going to give away? You know, that is a pretty odd way of doing things. Okay, so what I'm doing here, just for mayhems, because I don't need the point for this, is fishing out any of those puddles. And it's going on the paper. There you go. Like that. Okay, so that's 2 done. It's a good job you don't do 40k anymore. Yeah. Yeah, that is why I first picked Blood Bowl when I came back to games and painting. Because I came back to this to paint, I didn't come back to this to play. I came back because I figured I could paint 11 models and actually get a team finished. I have no way whatsoever that I can paint up an army. I could probably manage a kill team, or one of the Underworld's bands. But yeah, Age of Sigmar, which I don't get, simply do not get Age of Sigmar. I like the old world just the way it was. But yeah, 40k and Age of Sigmar, no way can I get through that many models. And that was before we had the baby. Now we've got Zara to deal with. It's just no chance. No chance whatsoever. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, 3. If you don't put the brush in your mouth, how do you get the point back? Yeah, what other way is there of doing it? I definitely wouldn't advise it if you were using lead paints or enamel. Your acrylic stuff, it's yet to do me any harm. So this step is more about giving me a guide on the shape of the model and the details than it is to do with the colours and shading part. This just helps me to pick out which bits of the model are which. So how do you tell the difference between a hand and a glove, or a sleeve, or something they're holding? Well, because this picks out all of the little moulded details, it gives you that defined edge, which is just much, much easier to pick out. I'm not using contrast paints, but they come in without any. You could probably get away with doing this step, but you probably don't zenithal highlight with contrast. But contrasts are basically your only paint. So I have here 2. I think I've got contrast white and contrast blue. Now, the darker the contrast colours, the better they work. But you want to use them over a very pale, very bright highlight. So I would say the grey I've used here is as dark as you could possibly get away with. Because you need the colour, you need the pale undercoat for the contrast paint to show through. It won't show up over a black. Or not in the way you'd like it to, so you couldn't go down so far to start with. But the idea of the contrast paint is it works a bit like a wash, but with more control. Wrong water. So yeah, from this point, once I put the dry brush back on, then you would highlight. Then you would start with contrast paints. I'm not going to be doing, but it would be from there. I think they work very well as a final glaze. So once you've done all of your highlights and your shadows and everything else, especially with something like a space marine, you can do all of your work, finish the model, and then pick the appropriate contrast paint. Old school base layer, wash, then highlight, maybe some dry brushing just for look. Yep, that is how the bulk of folks run or have run for years. Contrast paints have changed a lot of things. They've changed the speed. You've got to be very accurate with them. So where you could get away with some things, you can't with those. Now, because they're so thin and they don't mix very well. Yep, wash or glaze, and then looking to find a new. That's me. So yeah, Arc Hulk's undercut base, 3 layers, 2 highlights, also using wash or glaze, with Dunker's rule of 2 thin coats. Yeah, the thinner your paint is, the better. Most coats. So I think I mix my paints probably too thin, because I usually need 3 to 5 coats to get a base colour in. So I could probably get away with something slightly thicker. than my normal consistency, which changes from mix to mix, model to model, and batch painting is the only way I get any real consistency across models, because I mix so much on the palette that I can't always match colours back and forth, because I don't have a huge range. I've got enough to make everything I want, but I haven't got one of every colour. So when you want to go from a dark blue through to a lighter blue, I end up mixing them as I go. No, I don't. I don't think I'm good enough for anyone to warrant paying me. I've ummed and ahed thinking about it, but no, I don't. And I couldn't really do it fast enough. Yeah, I could be months painting a team that I'm happy with. I'd probably be not too much, but more than someone else needs. And I would take far too much time getting it just perfect rather than close enough. So doing this team as part of the giveaway is a good experiment to see what I can achieve in a reasonable amount of time that is better than tabletop standard, but isn't to a display standard. What do you call that? Is that tabletop plus? So all we have to hope that the guy that wins it isn't some sort of amazing, excellent painter that thinks, oh, these are terrible, throw them in the bin. It does seem to be a lot of pro-painted stuff. I don't know how people get away with it, but they do. Folks do buy them. I've never bought models second-hand that I didn't already intend to repaint. So I've never paid for pro-painted stuff. Somewhere in the region of £10 to £15 per model seems to be a reasonable going rate for stuff. Which at an army level isn't a huge amount of money to throw at this. At a team level, it's still not cheap. More than I can afford to spend, certainly. So this will be the first time I've really put my work out there at a wider level. You know, whilst I say I've done some tournament stuff and picked up a couple of tournament painting things, only little local tournaments. So I'm not even close to some of the stuff you see at big tournaments, your NAFC, UKTCs, things like that. The top guys really are a level above. Nearly there with the last one. Just a little bit in there, around the face, and looks like we're done. Right. Can we remember what order we painted them in? It's going to be you. You were last. You must have been next. You were pretty early on. You were pretty early on. So what we're going to do here, because I always forget, is we're actually going to mark the corks here. I don't need my glasses on. We're going to mark the corks so we know which order we're painting the models in, so the paint has time to dry between models, especially when we're at this wash stage, which takes a little bit longer than a normal layer. Five. 6. All right, there we go. Okay, so next step is do away with that wash. Now the only snag with doing this is I mix way too much, and then I need to get shut of it. So mop it up out of there without spilling it across the desk, because I won't be coming back to that mix, and it dries in the bottom of my palette little dishy thing, and I never get it cleaned out again. Without destroying any of the cameras this time, we've done right. So let's swap that out of the way and keep our paper to one side. Palette cam, can we see what's what? Maybe a little bit, could probably stand to be a little bit brighter maybe. There we go. Yeah, why don't I do that? Right, that was probably really, really loud, and I'm sorry, but that should get a better view, better sound. So, first thing with your wet palette, if you haven't used one before, it is like a dry palette, but wet. But it is a sponge. This is a wet sponge in a dish of water. You probably can't see how wet this is, but it's a dish of water and a wet sponge, and then like grease-proof baking paper, but it's basically that's what it is. And we're going to stick that on our sponge. And the trick with this is to get it as flat as you possibly can, so you don't have any creases in it. But it will, as you can probably see, curl up when you first put it down, but after a few seconds, once it gets wet all the way through and evenly across, it's pretty fine. Good, I've made a right pig there of that. It would have paid me to put this on beforehand, wouldn't it? Okay, and the trick with the wet palette is also make sure it stays wet. Mine does have a tendency to dry out. Probably means it's very dry here at home. Where's my water gone? Right, so we're just going to top the water up there. Make sure there's plenty of water in the sponge and in the well of the dish, to make sure that it doesn't dry out on us as we start to put some colours down. And we're going to put first, I'm going to put our highlight on. Oh, so yeah, we're going to put our dry brush top coat on, and I've just moved the palette out of the way. Now we want to go to white with our top colour, but we're not going to go to white with our highlight. Well, that is dead white. What have we got on here? Probably Stonewall Grey. So we've got Stonewall Grey from Vallejo. Thank you very much, Hawk. See you later on. And we've got Dead White from Vallejo. So this is a very pale grey and a white unless I've got... Phew, do I have any? What's the grey? What's the GW? Grey Seer, did I? My Grey Seer when I experimented with. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. That's what we're going to be. Grey Seer, there you go. So we're actually going to go for a Grey Seer dry brush highlight. Maybe with a spot of white in it. To give us, to reinforce those white highlights that we've now dulled down a bit. So, this seems a little bit dry. Let's have a look and see what it looks like in the pot. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, and we've got our basic, just our cheap brush. You can't really show, but just an older brush for this. So let's have a spot of that out on the palette. We won't need too much for this. Try and get as much off as you can. Wash and dry your brush. And then we'll mix up the white. We want to put your white as well. We want to leave ourselves some room to go back up to white. So if you use a white here, you've got no room left to go brighter than that. So you want a spot of water on our palette, and then basically you just mix your two colours into it until you get what you're looking for. So we might want a bit more white than that. But we've come a long way from the grey. I don't know if you'll see the colours very well on that cheap camera, but that's what we've done. Okay, but we're not going to be using this brush for actually doing the dry brush. We want a dry brush. Anything will do. In fact, really good makeup brushes are excellent for this. But I haven't got any of those. If I tried to pinch one, a certain someone would A, notice and B, rather miffed. But I do have a small Citadel dry brush. I don't even know if this is still a current brush, but we'll take up some of our now thinned white-grey mixture and then get rid of most of it. Where are we on our... Okay, you definitely won't see this, but you want to make sure there's basically nothing left on your brush. And then we are just going to go across all the tops of the model, wherever we think the highlights will be, just to lift those back up. And depending on how good you've done with your wash and how not how much you haven't coated your surfaces with, you may or may not even notice this. But what we're trying to do here is always brush down. You're never brushing up, because you are simulating those highlights again. So you're looking to bring those back in by just going down. And I said, I don't know whether you guys will even see the difference. There is one, I can see it, but I'd say I don't know if you guys will. Okay, so we're not going to spend a long time doing it, and can you tell the difference? Not really. Definitely can't put them in front of the camera. Again, just too bright, I think, for the I'm going to turn the flash off. Does that help? No, that's too dark, so I want somewhere in the middle. But it has worked, and that's where we're at, so that's what we're going to do. Just going to do that now. Thank you very much, Ark. Appreciate the lurk there, and yeah, I will definitely try and have a really good stream. I don't know how long we'll go for today, we'll see. We might just paint one, or I might try and batch paint a few. See how you guys like it, see if you guys hang around, watch. And if you do, I'll stay on and do a bit more. Actually, I want a touch more painting. Four. That's what we're up to. If you don't have, so you can also use this method to achieve a zenithal highlight if you don't use aerosol spray or airbrush. So if you want to go this route, you simply do this on top of your original primer. So if you're using a grey primer or a white, it doesn't work if you use a white primer. Whatever your normal primer is, you can always do this on top of that to give you this pre-shaded effect. And you just apply it to all of the bits on the top of the model. So if you look down, anything that is on the top side gets a coat, and the things that aren't don't. By using a dry brush, you don't drop it into the creases that we've just reshaded with the wash. And lastly, let's do it here. Done. And that's it. That is all of our models cleaned up. Got a hole for that? Not really. I found a new home for that dry brush. Over there will do. Okay, so that's done. Right, this is, not sure you guys will really tell very well, but our final finished coat. What I'm going to do, because someone asked for Instagram updates, I am going to picture these as a setup for an Instagram shot. So if you guys want to see how the team progresses stage by stage, that's where we're at now. So I will upload those later on. Okay. So now we've got everything set, we can start with some colours. So what I'm going to do first, I think, is pull up an image so I can remember what on earth they look like. What's best? Probably the Games Workshop website. Look. Box set. That's great. Human thrower. Excellent. Can we zoom? How do you zoom in? Is it control? It is. Okay, so we've got white cloth, purpley pink cloth, gold armour, and brown leather armour. Like a leather jerkin. on the thrower. So we're going to shuffle things around. We're going to work on number 2 first, because I've got his picture to start with. I'm going to go for... What do I start with here? I'm probably going to go white. Get the white in place. And then colour the brown and the gold last. So for me, dark white is going to start with... It's not charred brown. Cold grey. I think cold grey is the colour I'm looking for, but it might not be. I might go with Skaven Blight Dinge. Which is a very dark grey, but I'll bring that up. Yes, Skaven Blight Dinge is probably the colour I'm going to go for. Let's just... I can't remember if cold grey is very brown or not. So let's have a look and see. It looks a little bit brown. It's probably not mixed up enough there. It is quite warm, and I think I want quite cool grey here. Yeah, that's too warm for this. That's more of grey-brown. So we've got stone wall, we've got grey sear. We know how dark our grey sear is. And how about our stone? Yeah, we're probably going to go for a mixture of Skaven Blight and Stonewall as our base coat. Oh, I like those two together. This is a very dark grey. But we're going to mix it, probably 50-50, maybe even 75-25 to the lighter shade. We'll mix it on the palette and see what we like the look of. Because the problem with white is you don't actually want to use a lot of white. So our actual basic skull white, dead white, is going to be our last highlight. And because we're using white, we're going to use clean water for our palette here. So that gives us some clean water to work with. Let's put a bit of the dark grey in. And then some of the lighter grey. So that's probably given us quite a good initial starting point. So, time to do away with our basic brush, which is good for just general jobbing, and move on to these. Now, I prefer these to most of the brushes. These are Red Grass Gaming, the same people that make the wet palette, which I've now moved, so you guys can't see what I'm doing with the wet palette. But yeah, Red Grass make both, and I quite like these. So let's load the brush up, but then at the same time take it out again. And we are going for white across the entire leg. So this being our initial darkest course, darkest colour. Where do I want to be? I want to be in there. Yeah, it's going to go all over. And then we'll work up from here. Yeah, getting the paint consistency is an art form. And there isn't an easy way around doing it. Every paint is different, every mix is different, and every brush I found to be different as well. So you end up mixing by feel and how it flows on the model. If you start and you're not happy with it, then you go back to your palette and either thin it, which is quite often the case, or you can always thicken it up by bringing a bit more paint into your mix. But it's better to work with two or more thin controlled coats than it is to work with one big thick heavy coat that covers everything in one go. For all that work we did with the shading, it will now show through on this coat. So we're not losing that detail that we put in there, which was the idea behind it. And he's white all the way down to his shoe. So he has white socks. Okay, perhaps that's a bit of leg down there. I can go with that. So, painting white onto a grey background, awkward. You guys can't see it. Now that is something I do need to practice if I'm going to do any more of these streams, is keeping the model where you guys can see it. If you can't see it, then you've not a reason to watch, have you? The beauty of painting white as your first colour is that any mistakes you make can basically be covered over easily with any other colour you're going to use, because everything else will be darker than your white. So if you do make a mistake at this point, it's fine, but doing white as your last coat is harder because it doesn't cover over everything else. So we've got white socks both sides, yeah. And then here's the inner sections on these trousers are white, not the outer sections. And they're not going to show up quite so well until I've got the purple on. Okay, anything else white for this guy, or is it just his trousers? Looks like just his trousers. Yes, that is the first coat on. Quite a bit more. Let's come in and give that another coat. Start to really build up the depth of that colour. There we go. So once you've always done the first coat, the second coat usually is quicker. You're a bit more confident where you're going on the model. You've already got some colour to guide you. And you get a bit more space to work with. Go. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't really show, but it is there. And that is exactly what we wanted. We've gone for purple on this, yeah. Outers. And this is our third and probably our final coat at this stage. And then we're going to move on to one of the other models. Use this as a guide to pick our whites and our purples for the cloth. Okay. We'll cheat because we picked model 2 first. We'll do number 1 next. So we're going for a combination of white and purple in and out of the various roughs, which means we're going to go for white across the trousers where they're not ruffled. Like that, and then we just need to pick. Now I think we're going to go white on top here, and we'll put purple in the recesses. We can always do these alternates because they are mirrored sculpts. So which colour we do on the first set, I can always do the opposite colours on the other set. Okay, it's also got stripy socks, so I think we'll do these white first, all over, and then we'll pick out the purples afterwards. Should really make a note of the colours I'm using here, because I will need to replicate this on the all rest of the models, so the rest of the lineman, and then on Griff and the Ogre as well. It'll probably pay me to have these written down. Oh, kind of a purple underarm of that leg, that's going to be tricky to get to. Yeah, what about his... What about the rest of this guy? Have we got other pictures? Yes, we do. He has white and purple sleeves. Which of course he does up here. Let's get that in there. That. Okay. Purple ribbons. Right. Come on, and more paint required. That is the girl who has one white red leg, one white right leg. Try saying that 3 times fast. When white in the recessed sides. And stripy socks. What we're going to have here, that's going to be a good towel. Back of the left leg, hang on. 360. They're actually, you've done those as chunks of flesh, okay. That is fine, I can live with that. A little bit more to work with. I'm assuming it's a purple, no, it's a cloth tabard, just to lift the model again, slightly different colours. And sleeves. Sleeves are purple, so the whole top here is purple, so no more white to worry about. Perfect. That and that. Paint those socks up. It's one of the blockers. That dude, who is more purple than not. But he has white on his inner sections. So not nearly as much white as some of the others. Just a little on his sleeves as well. Elbow guards. Which one? This camera or this camera? This one. You can't quite see what I'm doing when I'm painting, can you? That's where I'm comfortable, so you want to be. It's out there, but you really want to be over the top of it, don't you? Not that you can see anything, and there's that much light bouncing back, the camera can't cope with it, it's washing everything out. Let's try that. Maybe that'll focus down better. Nope. So next step with this, I think, is going to be to put some purple on, so I can see the difference between the two. The white is not so different to the background colour, but trying to pick the two apart is rather tricky. So we'll block these in, we'll get some purple on, and then go from there. Big chunky dude. Mostly purple for his trousers. Possibly, and this format does not work. You know, like, I have nothing much to say. It takes a long time. Painting models like this for streaming. It might work if you're faster than I am, or you're only doing one model, therefore you're switching between colours more regularly, but the way I'm doing this now, one colour for 6 models, at the speed I'm painting, takes way too long to be hold your attention. So I need to find a better way. So yeah, if I do anything for like YouTube, or like a highlights reel for the when we actually do the giveaway, then yeah, I'll probably just take the best bits, or maybe just a showcase of the finished models. Yeah, I do really appreciate you guys hanging on and watching. Really helps keep me going. Otherwise, I'd have got distracted by now and gone to do something else. We think that is sock. Oh, I think I'm going to make that knee. I'm going to make that skin at the back of there. I think we're going to leave the sock purple to last, and I'll treat that as a very simple. I won't do too much detail in there. because that's going to take, I'll have to hit that with my finer brushes to get the detail in those. Boop. Thank you very much. Thank you. Look at that. Express delivery straight from a well-known reputable fast food outlet. One frozen beverage of choice. Ooh, chocolatey. Okay, got to be quick now, otherwise I'm going to have dried paint and melted milkshake. And that's it, that's encouragement if you needed it. That's. It's got a white vest, which means this under armour section here. Really white. Look at that, and little spots on his arm parts. The bottom there's going to be white as well. As is that bit. Yeah. Dude with a pipe. There we go. Dude with a pipe. He is white socked, white recesses. There we go. Those white lower sections done first. And then all socks on this guy. Boom. Boom. Oh, no giggles, smiles for daddy. Boom. Ugh. Yeah, I need more than one. Boom. Boom. Long as I can. I read through bits and pieces. I haven't done it cover to cover. At the time I finished last night, I did just go straight to bed. Sneaky Git appears to now not get you sent off at all on an armour roll, whether you break or not. And the old rules, it only used to not send you off if you didn't break and rolls a double. So now it doesn't matter if you break armour, Sneaky Git stops you from being sent off. You still get sent off if you roll a double on the injury, but not on the armour. So that is a big boost to agility, stunty teams, because Sneaky is an agility skill, so they all have access to it. So that is a really good skill. Now for those guys, because you can foul for free, and if you get sent off, you've at least stunned your opponent. Because you're guaranteed to break armour if you get sent off. So from that point of view, yeah, big change. Going to help the stunties out no end. More than one reroll a turn? Don't think so. Could be wrong, but I don't see that being a rule in there. So whether it means you can use one team reroll and then a dodge roll, or a catch, or a pro. But I can't see you being able to use more than one team reroll a turn. That would be overpowered, I think. What do I think is short? So it's got one sleeve. That's white. Just pick that bit out there. Can't really see. There we go. And again, after lifting it out of shot. Sorry, guys. Brilliant. I will adapt. I will get comfortable in this position. As an initial pass, I think we are about there. I'm going to change this up because it is a very slow process and not hugely interesting. So I'm going to go and paint one model at a time. So we'll step this up. And we'll put the purple in next onto what my model number 1 is. This dude, which looks like the Blitzer, star of the show. So we're going to purple this guy up next. And so let's get his shot. Big plumes on the moustache, that's him. So yeah, I think we'll do his purple. Then I think we're going to do the gold and then the black. That should be this guy pretty close then. Oh. Right, so we only have one purple. And we want more of a burgundy colour, don't we? So purple, Zera's purple is nowhere near what I want. So I don't know if I even want to start from here. Or whether I want to start from a red. What have we got? So we've got Mephiston red. We're not going to want the bright reds. Yeah, let's put those two, I think. We don't want special paint, special blood spattered paint. So no, we're going to go from there. Actually, on the screen, actually, that isn't far off, but it won't be. So let's try some of this. Oh, it's got face off fairly dried up and crusty. Okay, that's quite red. So we want a darkish purpley colour. Perhaps if we stick turquoise in there. What combination does that give us? And that gives us a very, very dark purple, which is not exactly what we want. Yeah, you can't see the colours very well there. No, that's not so bad. I'm going to go for that as our initial colour, I think. Let's just see what that comes up like. So this guy had darker recesses. I can try. Okay. Just tuck that in. Manage to go and get bread. Not what I don't want it. With them. Hello, sausage.
I like it. I'll think about it.
It's alright.
It's huge. Right? Oh, that big one.
She's not really looking at it.
Too bad for me.
Okay. Oh, babies are. Well, we lost pallet cam then. Makes the adventures of Little Miss Destructive, eh? Pulling on my wires, eh? Well, let's do away with pallet cam. It wasn't a lot of use anyway, was it, eh? Right. Okay, so we don't need pallet cam anymore. Boo. You've been out with Mummy today? Yep. You're trying to help? You're joining in? Oh. I know. Boo. Oh dear. We'll come back to that bit, shall we? Yeah, if you ever wanted a painting challenge, do it with a baby on your knee. That'll give you something to work on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Can we not be poking Daddy's hands? Please. No. Boop. Can you see what Daddy's doing? Oh. Ooh. Where are you going? Very good. So you're going now. Dear me. Oh. You wanted to get involved. You want to be Daddy's little helper. Thank you very much, you Tinker. You're doing very grabby at the moment, aren't you, Ollie? You're becoming a real grabber. Shall we just sit you up here for a minute? Hey? Shall we just sit you up here and say, hello? Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Dum, dum. Well, it's way later than I thought it was, guys. It's 4:15. I don't even know what time we started. 3.5 hours ago. So I've probably been painting a couple of hours. So in 2 hours, I've managed to ink, dry brush, and put a bit of white on half a dozen players. Not very fast, is it? And Daddy's not the fastest painter in the world. Do you guys fancy a change in the tunes? I do. Let's shut that down. We'll try and shut that down. If it wants to respond. Ooh. Double, double, double. Double, double, double. There we go. And let's try something else. Let's go back to our normal tunes. There we go. Should give you a bit of that. And let's go back over here. Boom. Well, no, there's not too much painting getting done, but you know, I did get a little helper who was helping to destroy everything, including we wrecked pallet cam. Pallet cam didn't survive, did it? Pallet cam did not survive. Someone's got very grabby hands, and wires take lots of pulling and wiggling. What? Can't we say hello though? Hello world! Except you can't see her for all the bars. Are you more interested in Daddy's milkshake? Is that what it is? You're far more interested in Daddy's milkshake. Boo. Boo. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Happy. Happy, happy, happy. You're happy when you're wrecking things, aren't you? When you're knocking things over and bashing things. Boo. Oh, wiggle jiggle. Ugh. That better? Oh. Bash. Bash. Oh no. Paper straws don't last forever. Right. You. So, shall we say goodbye to these people whilst Daddy goes and deals with you properly, and then we come back and do some more painting? That sound a good plan to you? Happy? Shall we say goodbye, Blood Bowlers? Everybody? Back in 10 minutes. Maybe 11. Smile. See you soon, guys. I will be back in a minute. What's going on, YouTube? You've picked up the shiny new Blood Bowl Season 2 from Games Workshop, and you've had a read through the rulebook, but you've got a few questions, and that's why you're here. Blood Bowl is quite a challenging but equally rewarding board game that takes a little bit of time to get your head around the complex rules. But once you do, this is a game with endless replayability. Every single match playing out slightly different to the one before, even in the same team matchups. In this ongoing series, we're going to cover all of the core mechanics of the game. And in today's episode, we're going to focus on how you move your players around the board. And to fully demonstrate this, we're going to move to our board over there and have a proper look. Now, as you can see, we have our pitch set up and it's divided into squares. The pitch is 15 squares wide and 26 squares long, giving a grand total of 390 squares in total. I'll be covering how the pitch is laid out in a separate setup video, but for today it's enough to know that each square is counted as one movement point. Every player in the game, from the lowest snotling to the fastest elf, all have a movement statistic, represented by the MV on their player card, and this is the total number of squares a player can move each turn. So our movement 6 human lineman can move 6 squares, but our human catcher can move a total of 8 squares. So that is the basic side of movement, but there's so much more to it than just pushing your players forwards up the pitch up to their maximum movement. You can move your player from any square into any of the 8 squares surrounding it, as long as this square doesn't have another player in it, or that square is off the playable pitch. So with our human lineman, he could go 2 squares forward, then diagonally, and finally sideways up to his total of 6. It doesn't matter which direction you go, just how many squares you use, and you don't have to use all of your movement allowance if you don't want to. The wonderful thing about Blood Bowl is that at its core it is a game about risk management, and the movement aspect is no different. If you've moved your player their full allotted allowance, so in this case our human lineman has moved his 6 squares, but you've decided you want him to go just a little bit further, then if you're prepared to risk the dice, you can. Now this used to be called a GFI, or a going for it move, but in the 2020 rules this has been changed to a rush. So if you end up playing against an older player who hasn't played in a previous edition, they may easily continue to call this move a GFI rather than a rush, but it is the same thing. And what it allows you to do is to take any player and allow them to move 2 additional squares above their normal movement allowance. In order to make a rush, you choose the square you would like your player to rush into, move that player and then roll a d6. On the roll of a 2+, they make the rush and you can carry on. On a roll of a 1, however, they fall over. If you manage to make the first one, then you can do a second. And it's very good practice to do these one at a time. So you make the first one, and then you decide if you want to make the second, rather than just deciding you're going to do both at the same time. So that covers how far and in which directions you can move your players. But what happens when we introduce players from the opposing team? If we look back at our previous diagram, showing the 8 possible movement squares any player can use. This also represents the tackle zones that any standing player has. Depending on the situation, they can interact with any one of those 8 squares with a variety of effects. And from a movement point of view, if you're moving through or out of one of these tackle zones, you're required to make a dodge roll. In the same way that every player has a movement statistic, every player has an agility statistic, shortened to AG, on the player card. Unlike movement, which was an allotment, an allowance of how much movement you can use, the agility is a target roll required to pass an agility test. Right guys, looks like I am going to have to call it there. So I haven't even achieved all of that much. I will do some more tonight before we're finished, but that might be it for tonight's stream. So thank you very much to all the people that have hung on, all the people that have asked any questions or got themselves involved. Really appreciate that, guys. Also to Mayhems and Domlev for their contributions to the Movember thing. I have had a quick look. We've picked up a good chunk of new subscribers for the YouTube channel, so that is going really strong. Which means that someone's going to win themselves a wonderful part painted model. Well, I'll get most of them. I might not do another painting stream. I'll see how I get on. But if you want some more, let me know. I will do some more. But it will be faster for me to paint these off stream. But thank you very much, guys. I'm going to call it there. I'm going to go do some babysitting. Babysitting? I'm going to go and be a dad and see my family. So thank you very much. Again, I will be back hopefully in the week with some more Blood Bowl 2 stuff. We've got halflings to do. We've done halflings. We've got humans. We've got skinks. And we are going to be taking on some Skaven in the Yorkshire, OYPBL, the Yorkshire Championship, making up for a missing player. Yeah, someone's dropped out, so we're going to be filling in there. And I will do those during the week. So thank you very much. Again, really appreciate you guys. I will catch you again soon. Thank you very much, and good night.